Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and today's guests are from the Family Folk Machine, the intergenerational choir based in Iowa City, but these days kind of spread all over the world. We'll talk about that with Jean Littlejohn and Gayla Drake. Thanks for being here, both of you.
Thanks
Thanks,
for having us.
Dennis. Thanks for having us.
First on our agenda is another online streamed concert. This is, I think, the third in your series, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this was originally going to be kind of one concert that then when the pandemic hit and we had to switch to Zoom and streamed events and things like that, you kind of broke it up into three parts. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, you want to take that, Gayla?
Yes, we did decide that, first of all, we knew we were going to have to do something on Zoom or, on YouTube or we weren't going to be able to do a conventional concert. And a lot of us were saying at the time, I don't think I can sit through 15 songs at one time. I can't be online that long and with all the other stuff I'm doing. And that's why we decided to break it into these smaller chunks. I'm sorry, I have something going on in my throat. We decided to break it into these smaller chunks, and it actually ended up being really great because wow, we had a big, long, steep learning curve to get through to figure out how are we going to manage this? How are we going to? And Jean and I had to go through quite a bit of sort of negotiation almost as far as what she was comfortable mixing and what I was comfortable mixing and how we were going to make those things work together. And technology is a wonderful thing, and I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to do this the way that we did. And it's been great. People just seem to really love it, and we've had incredibly good response. Sometimes, over 100 people came to at least one of the concerts, viewing it on YouTube when we premiered it. So that's very exciting.
What can we expect from the third edition of the One Planet series?
Yeah, so March 21st will premiere our third online mini concert. And like the other two, it will contain 5 songs. Each song has a video, and the videos are all in very distinct styles. So that's something that we've really enjoyed with the online concerts so far, that our video editors have just found all these different creative ways of setting the songs, and it's not bunches of little singers in boxes. So yeah, so this set is, again, just like, is a really strong set, a huge emotional range from the buoyant Mr. Blue Sky, the ELO song, that's just super happy, and I think the video will end up being just really bouncy and fun, to we have this original song that will be receiving really its world premiere on YouTube that day, written by Susan Stamness, one of our singers and video editors. And this song is called The Quiet, and it's really about species loss, and especially about the decline in bird populations over the last 50 or so decades of world history. And she really dives into it, and it's an amazingly beautiful song, but it's pretty heavy. And so those are kind of our emotional extremes. And then we've got a great song that was written by a group of kids in the Folk Machine about 3 years ago, and it's sung completely by kids and accompanied. One of the kids played the ukulele and played a piano introduction, and it's just a super charming song. It's about Hickory Hill Park in Iowa City. And then the set ends with a Dolly Parton song. So lots of variety.
And new arrangements done by a lot of by you, Gayla, and other arrangers and writers. And as you said, Jean, the the video that accompanies them is kind of original music video art, not just videos of people singing. But
Right.
I'm guessing that that's because you spend all your time getting the audio tracks from all the individual singers and mixing those all together and getting the timing right is
Yeah.
just a huge task.
That's
It, it
Jean's gig.
Yeah, it is really huge, but one of the reasons this works is that the people doing the video editing and the people doing the audio editing are completely different people. So they can focus on their part, and meanwhile, I'm trying to get everybody to say their T at the right time. So.
So that concert premieres March 21st. And is it then going to be available for a while, or do you do a few days and then off?
No, it's forever. So it'll just live on YouTube. And yeah, our previous two concerts have each one has more than 500 views now. So it's kind of fun for us to kind of watch those over time. So yeah, you can join us for the premiere, which is at 3 o'clock that day, or you can watch it later. And the specific YouTube link for the concert will be available on our website and Facebook page just a few days prior to the concert.
As we start to think about a path back to normalcy, and especially choirs, because we have been just so careful about getting lots of people breathing hard in the same room. Tell me what you think the next few months are going to look like. Are we looking at getting back together in person fairly soon?
It's still a great question and an open question, I think, Dennis. And we decided that we can't wait, and so we this January started going back to regular meetings for the choir, which take place completely on Zoom. And so we've been doing every like twice a month. We'll do a rehearsal, which is has the purpose of just getting people singing and using their voices more, combined with some musical learning. We've been doing some music theory that we don't usually have time for when we're doing in-person rehearsals, and learning some new songs, and also some socializing. We've discovered that those Zoom random breakout rooms are just actually really great for giving people a chance to meet other people in the choir that they never maybe would have run into when we're in the same room, because maybe the altos don't end up talking to the tenors that much or something. And so that I think has been kind of an unexpected benefit. and and then the weeks that we are not having those rehearsals, we've been doing like a sing along or something instead, just again to give people a chance to do some singing. And I think we're going to carry on with this through the spring, and we're just crossing all our fingers and toes that we can be back to a more usual choir format in August, when we would be starting up for a fall session.
Will you have another concert before fall, or is it really just uh, working together, exercising voices, writing songs and things between now and then?
We're not really planning another concert after the March one before we can hope for a big November triumphant return to an in person concert. Oh, I hope so. But it's possible that depending on how things go, we might release another standalone video or something between now and then. A couple of the songs that we've started working on right now, we're hoping eventually to make videos of them. There were things we kind of wanted to have videos for anyway, but we didn't used to know how to do that. Now we know.
One thing that we
So
had
we'll see that.
Go
one
ahead,
thing that
Gayla.
we had talked about at one point was possibly doing a full run of the whole video series at some place like Film Scene. Um, which, I mean, we haven't really revisited that idea, but it stuck in my head because I thought, yeah, that would be really fun to be able to sit in a beautiful theater and watch this thing on the big screen and really enjoy it. Yeah, popcorn. It would be really that would be cool. So that, I mean, that is totally unplanned, but it was a topic of hot discussion at one point.
The other unintended side benefit I know is that even if you aren't local to the Iowa City community, you can get involved. So are you still encouraging that, Gene?
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that's been really fun with the programming that we've started since the first of the year is that we have two former folk machinists who have moved away in the last several years. One's in Minnesota and one's in Illinois, and they've been coming to rehearsals with us because their new choirs where they live now aren't meeting, or maybe they haven't found a new choir yet. And so it's been a really nice feeling to have them back with us. And also, my dad's been coming. He lives in Michigan, and he can't, he's never been able to participate with us before. So we have people actually from at least 4 states other than Iowa who've been part of this new manifestation of the folk machine.
If you'd like to know what the Family Folk Machine is all about, the One World #3 third mini concert will be debuting on March 21st at 3 p.m. on the Family Folk Machine YouTube channel. And again, if people want that link, they can find it a few days ahead of time on your Facebook page or your website, which is?
familyfolkmachine.org.
And you can also go there for more information if perhaps you'd like to get involved, because you take all comers, right? It's non-auditioned.
Absolutely. And one of the things I've really stressed about our current programming is that you can just show up even if you didn't start coming in January. You won't be behind. This is all just about kind of building skill and the actual process of just like getting some exercise for your voice and increasing your musical knowledge, whatever point you're at. So
Looking forward to seeing and hearing the online concert coming up in a week or so. And also, of course, looking forward to the fall when hopefully you'll be able to sing together in person again. Gene and Gayla, thanks for being with me today.
thanks so
Thank
much,
you,
Dennis.
Dennis.
Again, familyfolkmachine.org for more information. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most Thursdays and Fridays at 10:20, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.